Alright, part 3, hopefully I can get it all in now. Sorry this has taken so long to get through. I expected to get it done a lot faster, but I tend to ramble, as you can see. Now, on to the boots on the figure. Right now, only one of my ankles is modified. It's a subtle difference, so you might not even be able to tell. But where you start to notice it is when you start articulating without modification. It's just really unsightly where the boot articulates with the ankle, and it really makes it look like a shoe instead of a boot. So the trick is to just widen the ankles, especially down at the bottom. I had it stuffed more than this the first time I did this modification, and it looked a little bit unnatural. So I'm not sure if I found the happy middle ground yet or not, but I think I have, where it looks pretty good. Now, if you compare the two. Articulation is hindered slightly. I could probably get this one up as high as this one is right now, but would you really need it to go that much? So, anyways, all it is electrical tape, okay? And I have it right now so that the electrical tape is not sticking to any part of the figure. Now let me show you. First of all, the boots come off very easily. Just pop them off. As you can see, it's just a ball joint that fits into the shoe. And all the top part of the boot is a sleeve. So you just pull off the sleeve. That's right, this is the unmodified one. So this is the modified one. Shoe comes off, sleeve comes off. The electrical tape is on the inside, and I could pull it out of there. It's not stuck in there. Again, nothing is glued. So if I can just get a hold of it, yeah, that comes right out. Okay, nothing sticky about it. So here's how I made these little beautiful little electrical tape sleeves. Hope I can get this right. I just did this method today, so hopefully I can remember how I did it. Okay, so I made two of these, one for the front, one for the back. You want it to be wider front to back than it is left to right. Otherwise it looks like he has cankles or piano legs. So you want the width more front to back to try to fill in that ankle space. So I made two of these. It's just rolled up electrical tape, rolled in on itself, so the sticky side is in. I have one of them already stuck to the end of this. And I need to get the other one about there. So I have a little piece of tape pre-cut here. Try to not rush this so I don't screw it up. And again, you want the sticky side in. Like that. So one of the rolled up tape pieces is at the back, and one of the rolled up tape pieces is at the front. Wrap it up as tight as you can, and I maybe failed to mention this, but this thing that I'm wrapping here is just a piece of electrical tape folded onto itself. So again, no sticky part is touching anything. Right now this is just being held in place by my hand. There's no tape involved, which means that you do have to grab a little piece of tape. I like to pull that tight. Alright, so that's held in place now by that outside piece of tape. Again, it can slide right off. There is nothing sticky touching the figure itself. So that slides in place. Sorry about that. Then you just simply slip on that boot sleeve, and it's going to give a little more girth to the ankles, especially front to back. The other thing that I do is take another one of those rolled up pieces, and this one's actually a little thicker. I stuck a little piece of rubber, or foam rather, from the Enterbay quarter scale figure, some of the ab foam that I cut out. You could use whatever you want, or just more electrical tape. So you can see how wide that is. Now what this is for is to slip into the back You see that? Slip into the back. I'll push that down into place with my tweezers. The reason I did that is because the sleeve tends to it's too wide for the ankle, or rather for the calf, so it sticks out this way. This just makes it hug the legs a little bit closer. So I'll stick the shoe back on, and then it looks pretty good then. Doesn't stick out on the sides. All the extra width of the boot is pulled to the back, which doesn't bother me at all. You know, from some angles you'll see it sticking out a little bit, but I like that better than sticking out wide on the sides. So now the ankle is filled in. You don't have that big gap here, and it looks good from the front. So that's really all there is to the boot modification. Just let me think for a second. Did I forget anything? I guess the only other thing to mention would be putting the Bruce Wayne, the DX12 Bruce Wayne head sculpt on the DX02 figure. What you have to do is replace the neck adapter that comes with the DX12 Bruce Wayne head. Just use a hairdryer, heat up the head, it'll pop right out. And then you need to, see, I'm not going to, oh yeah, we'll be able to get it out. Okay, and I use my Dremel tool to just file this down here so that it fits inside of the DX12 Bruce Wayne head. Again, heat it up with a hairdryer, or you might not need to. Pops right in there. That goes on as intended, and you can get it up higher if you want it to be more screen accurate. Problem with that is that once you get it in place, you're going to see the neck showing, so it only works if you're bowing the head like this. I find that I like to compromise a little bit and find a nice middle ground a little bit higher than intended, and then I don't have to bow the head quite so far. I think that looks pretty sharp. Alright, that's all I got for now. Hopefully I've remembered everything. Oh yeah, the thighs. Some people complain about the width of the thighs. I find that correct body placement, if you get the pelvis rotated, let's see, that'll be rotated forward enough so that his can is sticking out towards the back, that then the thighs aren't protruding out in front of the body as much. And that, accompanied with the boot modification, I think that the thighs actually don't look too bad. So I'm not going to touch the thighs. The only way to modify it would be to cut open the pants and remove the thigh adapter, which you can kind of feel underneath there, that's making the thighs more muscular, maybe a little too muscular. I'm not going to do it. I think it looks fine. It doesn't bother me. Alright. I hope I haven't forgotten anything, and hope that all made sense. If you have any questions, please ask, either here on YouTube or at the Sideshow Freaks board, where I will be posting these videos. Alright, thanks for listening. Go ahead and subscribe if you want to hear more stuff like this in the future. I will hopefully be doing more figure reviews and modification suggestions like this in the future. If I didn't mention at the beginning, this figure is great without modifications, in my opinion. I think it's the best Dark Knight figure that we're likely to get, Dark Knight suit. So buy it. You know, it's better than the DX02. I think it's vastly superior. If you look at the two together, the DX02 really looks quite toyish to me now in comparison. You know, just the rubber suit in itself really gives it away as being a toy. I mean, you can light it to look very realistic, and I still love the figure, but the construction of this suit is just much more realistic looking, and the articulation is vastly superior, even if you're only talking about the elbows. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up now. Thanks for watching, and I will be talking to you soon.